Hey everybody, welcome back. It's another cold day in Colorado. You remember it was 80 the other time that we filmed, and now it's in the 30s. But I also told you that we were going to have a special guest this time. I'm going to introduce you to our special guest, and we have the 3D printing nerd,
What's up,
Joe
Sterling?
Killing. How's
How's
it
it going?
going? And it's great. I've been watching your channel for a long
I
time.
appreciate that.
And actually, the inception of this car came from your channel and the YouTube
YouTube
University.
University.
Yeah.
I love hearing that.
It's great to have him here to look at the car. And I want to ask Joel, what do you think?
What do I think? Oh, Sterling, this is an amazing thing. It's a 3D printed Lamborghini using materials that I print tiny little articulated figures out of. I didn't even think that was possible. I didn't even think that was possible. I followed you for years on doing this, and I've always wanted to come out and see it. And like it's almost like a bucket list item has been checked off. I got to sit in this car, and I got to talk to Sterling about this car, and it's so good. It's so good, and it's not even finished.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like we've come full circle, you know. This we started with watching your videos and getting ideas and really trying to figure out how we were going to 3D print a car.
And then you figured it. And then you figured it out.
And then
Dude.
we
You
figured it out.
out.
So wanted to just thank you again for all of the content that you produce on your channel. And I'm going to put a link in my description to Joel's YouTube channel, and hopefully you guys can learn a lot about 3D printing from Joel. So thank you again, sir. Appreciate
There
it.
it is.
All right.
Sterling gets a hug.
All right. Oh, and we get a high five, right?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
great.
crisp.
Thanks. Well, so it was an honor having Joel here. We had a really good time. I'll put a link in the video that we did with Joel. So if you haven't seen that already, you guys can check it out. It was just so much fun. And also I want to thank his producer, David Tobin, for doing all of the shooting and wrangling us for doing the video. So anyway, let's get to what we've been doing on the car. You can see I've got a lot of patterns and stuff laying around. Steel, whatever. We got the rocker panels back in and come around here so you can see them a little bit better. So we got them primered and back onto the car. So the next thing is to do the doors. And I'm not going to just do the skins. On the outside, I have to redo the entire door structure effectively. So we're going to go take a look at what destructive things I've done over here in the trash can. You could actually see the door skin hanging out here. And this was the inner door skin. It was pretty rough, had a lot of distortions on it. Also, way too much filler on it to get it ready for one of the shows. So it was just not going to, and it also had a lot of gaps and things in it. So anyway, out with the old, and we've got in with the new. So I've got the new door skin and everything all hung up. So you can see that what I've done is I've tried to maintain a very narrow gap here. We're going to fill that probably with a little bit of foam. I've tried to make the gap really, really small. So it's going to look nice and finished once we get it painted. Everything's all welded together. I've also put in this trim piece here. I still have to kind of trim that up a little bit before I want it to actually follow this shot line here on the door card. And then the door card has been put in there and basically bolts here and down there. So this is looking a lot better. I've also redone the area for the catch or the striker, so that it is actually a 1/4 inch steel that it's logged into, that it's bolted into now, because beforehand I just had it into sheet metal. So you can see that the door closes nice and easy. Obviously it's a little loud, but that'll be fixed once we get all of the sealant in the door itself. So got to put the window back in. I still have this gap here, and I could not make it work to where this would mate up. So what I'm going to do is, this panel right here actually comes off the door card. And so what I'll do is I'll take this and, since I'm going to re-leather everything, I'm going to go ahead and pull this off. I'll reshape it so that it fits really well with the dash here, and nobody will be the wiser. And I have to do the same on the other side as well. So I've started doing the block sanding on the door, as you can see. So it's fitting quite nicely. We've block sanded some of the major stuff, like this inside. I'm starting to get this piece right here flattened in. And then we've got this piece up here, which is going to get a hard edge on it so that this line will follow up. So it's not going to have a curve like I have here. It'll actually, there'll be a dividing line between that. And then that'll carry on to the weather strip for the window. And then I also did a lot of structural stuff. So let me show you that. So with the door open, you can kind of see I've got all of this filled in steel. I've just got an access point so I can get to this guide piece for the window. And then also I built a structure back here where I can actually bolt the guide rail to some steel, which will give it a lot more strength and stability. So that's one of the things we're doing there. Also, I moved this guy, the door handle. So I moved it up so that it's going to be flush with this part of the door, because beforehand it was kind of sitting funny. And what I had to do is I actually had to restructure the steel under here in order to get that in. And so it's going to be good, because it's just going to be looking a lot nicer and much more finished. And here you can see the other rocker panel that we have already block sanded and primered. So that's all going together. So yeah, so we're just going to move back and keep moving back, but we're going to have a little bit of extra effort on the doors because I got to reskin the inside. So, and redo a lot of the structure on the inside, beefing it up, final welding everything, all of that kind of stuff. So that's kind of where we're at. I have to go to a conference, and so I'll be there for a while, and then I'll come back and start working on it again. So we'll get those doors, and then we're going to move right onto the quarter panels, and we're just going to keep on going and go nuts, try to get this thing banged out. But with that all being said, it's going to be done right this time. I'm not rushing anything. So next time we'll see probably, starting to do some filler on the inner door skin and getting that blocked out, because we're going to do basically the outer skin and the inner skin at the same time. We'll shoot those. I'll do one door and then I'll do the other door, just so that I can copy those across. I wanted to make sure that I could get this one just right. And now with all of the learnings from that, I can put that onto the driver door. Again, I wanted to thank Joel, 3D Printing Nerd, and David. It was a blast. I hope they'll come out and see the car again, especially when we have it more finished. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And to all you new subscribers, because coming over from Joel's channel, welcome. And please comment on what you think about the project. We'll see you next time. Take care.